Hello, friends. How are you today? I'm back again. I hope you're doing well. I am back to read from my debut memoir, Dark World, Light Work, chapters 13 through 15. And the chapters are called Respect the Chemistry. No, Remember Me, The Descent, and Respect the Chemistry. So let's get right to it with Remember Me. Okay. I mustered up the courage to call Nemo back and declined his offer. I told him that I had to work that weekend and simply could not take the time off. He was upset, but he got over it. He continued to text me every so often. Before I knew it, a year had passed. Meanwhile, my life got much darker. My grandmother began to show signs of Alzheimer's-related dementia, a disease that took the life of both her mother and grandmother. She was having trouble keeping up at work, and she didn't know how much longer she'd be able to complete the task required for the job. The fact that my grandmother would develop Alzheimer's was foreshadowed quite often as I was growing up. I could tell by the time I was reaching my teenage years that her cognition and memory were below average. By the time her mother was diagnosed with the illness in the early 90s, I was certain that the same fate would befall my beloved as well. All the more reason to love her with urgency and great reverence. Okay, the next chapter is called The Descent. The girl that I was when we first met was gone. I was not as healthy mentally. I could not use my gift of discernment at the time. Being addicted to the pills brought my vibrational energy down to a point where my baser human instincts were no longer operating properly. I wasn't able to protect myself in the same way that I'd been able to just a year before. This is why you should not do drugs. They force you to put something above your higher self. They are false idols that demand your worship. If you're not careful, they will take your life as a burnt offering. Whether you weather the storm or not, this demonic energy will do everything in its power to capture your soul, take your life, and crush your spirit at the same time. Of course, I didn't care about any of that at the time. I just wanted to get high. I lasted just shy of 4 months doing drugs and partying. The time was brief, yet looking back, I recognized the chapter as a part of a struggle that had been going on for generations in one way or another. And the last one is Respect the Chemistry. As always the case in relationships, Nemo and I both wanted something from each other. The important question for me was, what is at the root of it all? I am always looking for love to be at the center. This belief is not entirely practical, but I am who I am. In the moment, the aforementioned prose was simply heartfelt. I had very little thought, just waves of emotion. What I was thinking? I want to get out of here. I want to go home and get back to sleep. If I could just be asleep, all of the pressure points would be moot. I wouldn't need anything. No companion, no drugs, no food. I wouldn't even need rest because I would be sleeping. For me, living was a drag. The pathetic nature of it all caused me grief. Too many thoughts, too much left to chance. Nothing is within our control, and the whole world is on our shoulders just the same. I knew one thing for certain. If I was alive at all, part of my soul's mission was to love and be loved. That is the motivation for my human existence. Thanks to my grandmother, giving and receiving love was at the core of my life. She loved me from the heart. We didn't stop to intellectualize it, we just loved. There were no calculations or conditions, only innocence, trust, and the infinite freedom that comes with those blessings. Yay! All right, so that was 13 through 15. And next we're going to be reading 16 through 19. My math is bad. And those are going to be, for now, Philadelphia and First Communion. So we will see you next time. Have a good day.